And moving on, the National Institute for Legislative and Democratic Studies NIDS organized a two-day International Women's Conference with the aim of fostering empowerment amongst women, inclusion of women in power, and shaping of governance landscape in Nigeria. KAFTAN TV's correspondent Mavis Ako has more details.
It is known that the number of women participation in governance is very appalling. Therefore, in a bid to empower women and foster representation in governance, the National Institute for Legislative and Democratic Studies NILS on Wednesday in Abuja converged critical stakeholders to synergize over challenges faced by women in their political participation. The Senate President Godswill Akpabio noted that it is of great importance to change women's underrepresentation in key positions of government.
So women's representation in governance has been a long-standing issue worldwide. This means that several democracies across the world are still faced with the challenge of empowering women for governance roles in various countries. So I would like to see more women in governance, as was recently demonstrated with the deliberate appointment of various women, many women, in key positions in President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's cabinet.
While speaking on the importance of women representation in the political affairs of the country, the Minister of State for Labor and Employment, Nkiruka Onyejocha, pointed the need to increase the number of women in parliaments. Nkiruka further charged women to work according to law and put in hard work to ensure that the percentage of women in power increases.
Lots of numbers in women representation in governance, and the parliament come 2027, at least we'll have 45% women representation. Now we have legislation on how to increase the number of women in parliament and in governance.
A Nigerian-British feminist and former First Lady of Ekiti State, Bisi Fayemi, said that 56 women are representatives out of 993 members of the State House of Assembly. Bisi appealed to the Senate President to ensure that they would do right by women to foster a rapid growth in women inclusivity.
In the 2023 National Assembly, where we are now, we have 3 female senators out of 109 and 14 female members of the House of Representatives out of 360. In the 9th Assembly, we had 5% of women in the National Assembly. The Senate President, please ensure that it is not business as usual where women will always get the least amount of resources available to MDAs.
Stressing on the benefits of women to the growth of the nation, the Director General, NILS, Abubakar Suleiman, reiterated the need to ensure inclusivity of women in governance.
Recent legislative proposal to provide a legal framework for affirmative action and gender quotas failed to pass at the National Assembly. At this conference, therefore, is to critically and honestly answer these questions. Why, as women's political representation continue to decline, despite all the measures outlined in policy framework and advocacy by domestic and international actors and civil society? In addition to traditional challenges that are well known to us, how can we muster the political will to rise above mere rhetoric and achieve greater political participation for Nigerian women? The conference adopts a rigorous approach that seeks to translate academic knowledge and research into social praxis. This methodology is apt, given the multidimensional nature of the challenge posed by the issue of women's underrepresentation in governance.
In attendance is the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, and his deputy, Barrow Jibrin, distinguished members of the House of Representatives, CSOs, international representatives, and key stakeholders to address the issues of participation of women in governance, ascertain factors for low participation, and find a lasting solution. From the nation's capital, Mavis Ako, KAFTAN TV News.